How's it going, you sexy beasts? Welcome back to another very awesome Packed Friday, which comes with your most beloved video of the week, I hope, the Fan-Picked Friday Challenge. This is the series where you and your comfy-ass PJ pants can suggest different loadouts, classes, weapon setups, and whatever else you can think of to see how terribly I do with it. Last week's episode was the Hidden Hunter by Ace of Spades, which featured the Vonru's Sovereignty's Sirius SX-12 submachine gun. If you wish to make a suggestion for next week's episode, go ahead and leave a comment in the section below, and I'll pick one of the most top voted comments to run in next week's episode of the Fan-Picked Friday Challenge. For this week though, we're going back into our trusty Freedom Pants, representing the new Conglomerate with quite possibly the strongest carbine available to them. This challenge comes from Will Franzoni, and he calls it the Yolo Beatch. He states the Yolo Loadout is the elite of the elite for the new Conglomerate army. You are the symbol of freedom and badassery to the NC. The Yolo is the all-in loadout. You'll go in, take everyone out, or not come back alive. The Yolos only roll solo to get the most accomplished so they can kill everyone and plow everything up in sight. Giggity. So the guys don't live the YOLO life of kills, XP certs, and take old biddies. Primary is the GD-7F Carbine with LACO 3.4 times scope, forward grip, and soft point ammunition. Secondary is the Hunter QCX, ACS scope, and Darklight flashlight. Ability is standard jump jets, suit slot is the grenade Bandolier, and the grenade type are fragmentation grenades, and utility are C4 charges. Thank you for the swag-tastic setup, Mr. Will Franzoni. This is quite possibly one of my favorite carbines in the game, and you gave it quite an interesting setup too. Though the GD-7F is a new Conglomerate carbine, it does feature the highest fire rate in the entire game, which the new Conglomerate carbines can barely even compete. As for Terran Republic and Vonru's Sovereignty carbines, the factional equivalents to the GD-7F are the LC2 Lynx for the Terran Republic, which is about as close as you can get to the GD-7F, and the Serpent for the Vonru's Sovereignty. Now for a few numbers about the GD-7F. It deals 143 damage maximum up to 10 meters and falls off to a minimum damage of 100 out at 60 meters. It fires at a crazy rate of 845 rounds per minute, or about 14 bullets a second. It comes loaded with 30 rounds per magazine and another 180 rounds in the reserve. Its short reload speed is 2.7 seconds and has a slightly slower long reload speed of 3 seconds. Projectile velocity is 500 meters per second, which will be slowing down even further through the use of our soft point ammunition. Now that we know what we're dealing with, what exactly is the GD-7 fun? Well, it's one of the many reasons that the new Conglomerate are my favorite faction. If you slap an advanced laser sight on it, you have one of the most accurate hipfire weapons in the game, and couple the 845 YOLOs per minute fire rate, it's one of the most terrifying weapons to go up against in close quarters. Since we have a 3.4 times scope and a forward grip on ours, we have an extremely potent point-blank to short-range carbine. I think the major drawback that I had using it was the lack of the suppressor, so it made back-raging opponents rather difficult since they could hear this beast just hose down enemies. It made going YOLO solo rather difficult if the entire team knew where I was. Regardless, I think my highest kill-death ratio with the setup was a 9.0 and fell down to an average 6.0 after I kept getting destroyed by tanks or max units. This loadout has a very menacing presence on the battlefield due to the extreme adaptability of the items chosen. I had my reservations about running a light assault without the ammunition belt, since that's usually what I always run with, but the grenade Bandolier has actually helped tremendously when having to deal with a large amount of enemies within a small region, which is pretty much all Amrish being with all the Zergs. These new bases of Amrish are perfect for grenade spamming since they all feature aspects that benefit the use of these grenades, such as declining slopes, tight corridors, and plenty of bottlenecks. Even the increased verticality helps us load out a ton, since you have plenty of purchase to rest upon and rain down destruction with our delicious carbine. Once said carbine wasn't doing the job for me, such as engaging targets past 50 meters, the QCX crossbow fills the role of longer range engagements quite well. I haven't quite gotten down the projectile drop on the bolts, but you're guaranteed a 2-hit kill at any distance, regardless if the target has nanoweave equipped. Staying off the minimap while engaging targets at longer ranges is also quite nice, since you'll get outgunned at such a range due to our GD-7 fun being quite a weakling over distance. We know how to handle the GD-7F, but what about this loadout as a whole? Well, it's pretty sweet. You'll need to be rather accurate while using the carbine since the fire rate is so high, you'll have plenty of opportunity to miss just about all of your bullets. This goes doubly since we have only 210 rounds to play with, and we've got a 3.4 times scope, so the recoil might get a little wonky since it's being amplified. The only addition I could have for our primary would be to slap a suppressor on it, and it would be golden. Our secondary, the Hunter QCX crossbow, is rather nice. I was harsh as hell on it at first, since I tried playing it as a primary, but it's a very neat weapon to fill the range gap that our carbine can't quite reach. Also, since it is inherently suppressed, it would only make more sense to throw a suppressor on the GD-7F to round off a silenced loadout. The grenade Bandolier is a very strong choice, but only once you've certified it up beyond rank 2. One additional grenade doesn't quite cut it, otherwise I just run with my tried and true ammunition belt. Otherwise, you might have to make a few runs over to some trusty engineers and beg them for ammo, which completely goes against our swag-tastic Yolo MLG 420 no-scope ways. And there you have it, you sexy beast, the Yolo Beatch loadout suggested by Will Franzoni, featuring the GD-7F carbine available to the new Conglomerate. Thank you for your YOLO loadout, Mr. Franzoni. If you guys liked this week's episode, go ahead and give it a swag-tacular thumbs up. If you have an idea for next week's awesome badassery episode, go ahead and leave a comment in the section below. Make sure to include any weapons, abilities, faction classes, or whatever else you can find important. I'll choose one of the most upvoted comments for next week's fanpick fighting challenge. Thank you all so very much for watching and being utter badasses. If you'd like to see more videos like these, then go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Come on, man. There's nothing stopping you. Just click it. It's awesome, I promise. Please?